Welcome, everybody, to the live healing experience. I am your host, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here with all of you and sharing this space and being of service today for you to receive what you need to receive through me or through the experience or through the environment you're in. Messages and information and energy can come in many different ways. Just you saying yes to this experience opens up a portal and an energy invitation for you to receive what you need to receive precisely when you need it. So whether it comes directly here at this time as we're together, or if it comes in directly after, or indirectly by me even talking or working with someone else's energy toward the end when we do the intuitive readings, whatever you're meant to receive, you can be open to receive. And at the same time, as you're open to receive, be open and willing to allow whatever energies that are not serving you to be released. So you can receive and you can let go. And in the letting go, in the releasing, and the forgiving over, we are creating more space for the energies that you're meant to embody, that you're meant to experience, and you're meant to be holding. The energy and frequencies these days are quite churning up and spinning and stirring and contracting and expanding. So the energies are very accelerated and they're moving in all kinds of directions. A lot of times before, things would come in a little bit chaotic but organized. Now it's just big chaotic movements, but the chaos is leading to coherence. So we just need to lean into it and allow it. So the more we can allow the surging and the contractions and the expansion, the more we can allow the shifts that need to happen within our fields in order to create space and room for the evolution within us and around us. So our lives are evolving, our experiences, our energies are evolving, our mental capacity is evolving. We're shifting out of the mental, out of the material and into frequency feeling and creating a new form of experiencing energy, a new way of being. And that transition period, as we're coming to kind of that narrow part of the kind of more of a restricted area. So it's a tighter channel in this point of our evolution. So you might be feeling a little bit more of the contraction. Now, in the last couple days, well, the last week or two, I've been exploring just a different experience of the timelines and the time warping. There's a lot of time warping happening right now. There was some interference in the timelines that I cleared. As many of you know, I do a lot of work in the background, supporting humanity and clearing stuff that's getting in the way of all of us moving forward in the way that we're meant to move forward. So there was some interference in the timelines that I was clearing so that it's a little bit more of a clear path without being derailed or detoured too much, although some of us need the derails and the detours as lessons. So we're not eliminating all of that. We're just eliminating the unnecessary detours and the unnecessary distractions. And then what I discovered was there is an element of external interference that's embedded in the idea of consent. Consent that was given or coerced, intentionally or unintentionally given by us individually or collectively over the years, years and lifetimes, timelines and lifetimes. So I've recognized that we've had that before, but where there's interference in it right now that's really using old consent, old contracts, and old agreements. So what came in yesterday was a download of a declaration and activation to withdraw our previously given consent and to recall our power and then reclaim our sovereignty. So I want to begin with that because I feel like that's going to really set everybody up for a different experience if we actually land in that declaration and activation to begin with. So I'm going to begin with that and I'm going to read it. So I'm going to pull it up here because it's fresh and I actually edited it this morning again. So it's changed even from yesterday and evolved. Now it feels complete and I kind of feel like I've gotten all the pieces here. So just closing your eyes and you can even place your hand on your heart or your hand on your lower belly or solar plexus, even because your free will is often at the solar plexus, but we're going to go through this together. So I'm going to read the words. And as I'm reading, your intention is just to agree and declare. You could even repeat the words I'm saying if that's what feels good. It's not necessary, but it's certainly what you can do. But at the end of it, as I say the words, and so it is, I will say yes, thank you 3 times. And I will encourage you to say yes, thank you 3 times out loud, or you can say it in your heart and your mind if you need to, if you're in an environment where you can't say it out loud, that's okay. Or you can even just whisper it if that feels right for you. All right, so here's the heart declaration. I withdraw all previous consent that I granted, intentionally or unintentionally, consciously or unconsciously, willingly or unwillingly, by choice or by coercion or manipulation, from all sources, resources, technology, media, organisms, food, water, consumables, community, cultural, religious, virtually, including any inherited, familial, and relationship-related consent. I withdraw and clear any and all ceded consent related to the predator-prey syndrome rooted in our human programming and conditioning. This includes all timelines, dimensions, portals, planes of existence, levels of consciousness, waking realms and dream realms, on all personal levels and within collective consciousness. Now and eternally always, I do not give my consent to any forces of out-of-balanced energies. I do not consent to being controlled, manipulated, coerced, convinced, or deceived into granting permission or consent to use my energy or interfere with my sovereignty. I do not give consent to use my energy on any level, including physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, or in any other form. This includes all timelines, dimensions, portals, planes of existence, levels of consciousness, waking realms and dream realms on all personal levels and within collective consciousness. I do not give consent in any way, shape, or form. I call back all my power, fully, wholly, and completely, from all timelines, dimensions, portals, planes of existence, levels of consciousness, waking realm and dream realms, from all beings, including any that have been any of my power seated within collective consciousness. I reclaim my sovereignty and I declare that my energy field is my sacred sovereign space. I declare that my entire energy field, my home, phone, and technology has been purified and must and will remain pure, clear, and clean of all forces of interference, always and in all ways without exception. Lastly, I do not give permission or consent under any circumstances for my personal ego or superego to interfere or attempt to override this declaration. I reclaim my free will fully and completely, and I choose to align my free will with my divine will. I am a sovereign being, eternal, boundless, and free. And so it is. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. So breathing and softening to allow the shifts. You might have been feeling shifts all along through that. Energy clearing and energy being called back, your power being called back. And then we're going to set a new grounding cord from the tailbone down into the earth. That main cord going straight through, and then adding a second coil wrapping around the main cord. So it's an electromagnetic grounding cord. Any scattered energy needs to go down, be transmuted, cleared, renewed, and even received again. Mother Earth can renew it for us, and we can receive it again up through the cord or clear things down through the cord. Lifting the crown center off the top of your head, creating space for the first 7 layers of the energy field to process and integrate these changes. Taking some deep breaths, letting the breath fall out of the mouth. Longer breath out, creating space for a deeper breath in without forcing it, inviting the breath to deepen and lengthen. And inviting yourself to feel the freedom from this declaration and this activation. And moving forward, your intention can be to witness or look at things in the world and not be drawn in or almost mesmerized by the interference energies, the out of balance energies. And remember that these energies in the rawest form, if we go back to our source, which is pure energy, pure oneness, and then there became light and dark energy in its purest form, which is just a positive charged energy and a negative charged energy. Light and dark energy in its rawest form is pure, balanced, harmonized, and in union, working beautifully, synergistically together like yin and yang. There's a harmony and balance, and our ability to allow the light and dark energy that are balanced within us to really thrive and expand. The tendency is, and the programming is, we've been taught to deny the dark energy or be afraid of the dark. But in its rawest, purest form, in its balanced form, the light and dark energy is what allows us to experience creation. It is what is allowing us to be an expression of source and be part of creation. We wouldn't be able to see anything with our physical eyes without light and dark energy in balance. Where the further split happened is where the out of balance energies came in. So there's balanced light and out of balanced light energies. And there's balanced dark and out of balanced dark energies. So as we call back and withdraw our consent to the out of balanced energies, light and dark, out of balance, we are saying no more. We are saying no, not happening, not interested in that, no more of that. And what we're saying yes to, so as we're saying no to that, we're saying yes to the embodiment and the experience and the alignment with our balanced light and our balanced dark energy in its purest form. We have been taught to be afraid of our light and to be afraid of our dark. But the dark and light energy within us is beautiful, brilliant. And in its balanced state, we are divine sovereign beings. We are a divine human. And we can embody our humanness and embody our divinity. As you take a few deep breaths here, imagine shifting into your heart center, shifting your awareness into the center of your chest, middle of the heart center, and feel the connection of love, balance, and harmony that resides there. There is a source point there, a connection to your source, the essence of who you are. And for some of you, breathing into that space or connecting with it may feel a little bit overwhelming. Just breathe through that overwhelm. It may make you feel a little bit anxious. Just breathe through that anxiety, because that anxiety can be transmuted into anticipation, excitement. And we can invite the energy of wonderment and fascination for the essence and the beauty and the potential that our heart holds within that source point. Imagine that source point radiating out and expanding a little bit. And you might even see the light and dark energy balanced in beautiful form alignment, spinning like a yin and yang, or spinning like I often see two dragons. And imagine you could bring in and allow yourself to fold in any aspects of yourself that are out of balance, that are not in alignment. Any wounds or trauma, leftovers, unexpressed or unprocessed emotions. Imagine you can begin to stir them into your heart. Just bring them in, invite them in, embrace them, love them. Let the fear come in and meet that fear with love, with the purity of the balanced love within you. Let the doubt come in and let it be met with trust and the purity of the faith within you. Let the anger come in and meet that fear that's disguised as anger. Meet it with love and patience. Honor it, witness it, and recognize that in our human experience, we are emotional beings. We are not thinking beings. We're not here to think and analyze everything. We can do those things. But really, our superpower lies in our emotionality, our ability to allow emotions to be experienced, expressed, honored, processed. We can move through the emotions without the mind coming in and creating a story or holding it in place. Giving you permission right now just to feel all the feelings that you've maybe buried or held back or hidden or denied. So some of you may even feel tears coming. You might even feel anger, rage coming. Just stir it into your heart. Welcome it in. It's okay. Don't be afraid of it. Your fear of the emotions are what keep the emotions in place. You honoring and loving and embracing those emotions are what allows you to process them and clear them, to transmute them, to allow them to be processed in a way that that energy is freed up and it's no longer dense and heavy in your field. It's no longer out of balance. It becomes balanced and harmonized. Anxiety, worry can be transmuted into anticipation and excitement. Fear can be transmuted into love. Anger can be transmuted into motivation. fire, action. The energy of anger can be transmuted into you standing true in a boundary, saying no from a place of feeling empowered versus saying no in anger from a place of feeling helpless or hopeless or disempowered. All of it can be transmuted, but it needs to be honored. It needs to be witnessed. It needs an expression, an outlet, an opportunity. Some of that energy needs to be released as well. Some of it needs to be forgiven. Some of it needs to be released into Mother Earth so Mother Earth can use it, reuse it, recycle it, reform it into something else. Transmute it into an energy that will actually serve humanity. Because any density we're holding, any heaviness, any unexpressed or hidden energy, any congestion we're holding only holds us back. It only keeps a heaviness in place or a block in place. Holding on to hurt only keeps the hurt in place. It doesn't protect you from hurt. It doesn't protect you from feeling or experiencing emotions. We're here again. We're emotional beings. Emotions are our superpower. Let them be expressed. Let that energy flow through you, especially through the heart. Let it flow through you. Let yourself feel the grief. Let yourself feel sad. Let yourself feel all the feelings that are there. And I promise you, you will come to the other side of it. At the same time, we often avoid the what we call negative emotions, the denser, heavier emotions. Many of us avoid and are afraid of the lovely, light, expanded feeling emotions. We're afraid of happiness and joy. We're afraid of feeling gratitude and appreciation for our lives because we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned not to really stay in that energy for long. Who are we to be happy when others are suffering? Who are we to be in joy when others are in grief or pain? Who are we to be in gratitude when so many others are living in poverty? That's the programming. And it keeps us all in the lower frequency and emotional energies. That's where we can be controlled. That's where we can be coerced. That's where we can be held back. But also, that's where we hold ourselves back. Take your power back now. Give yourself permission just to feel it all. And it may be one big storm of feelings and it's gone and the clouds part and you're standing in this beautiful field with this brilliant sun and a rainbow shining suddenly. I promise you, you're not going to go into the storm and stay in the storm. Not on my watch, not while you're here with me. I'm walking you into it and guiding you out. If you're willing to come along, just say, yes, thank you. So don't say no to the anger. Don't say no to the grief. Don't say no to any of the emotions. Just say yes to all of them. I embrace all emotions and I process all emotions. I honor you. I witness you. I thank you for showing me and for coming and for giving me the experience of being human. And I'm open to experience my humanness and my divinity together, to be able to use these energies and emotionality to expand my experience of being human and being animated by my divinity. We have been taught to be afraid of our light. We have been taught to be afraid of the dark. But if we embrace our light and embrace the dark energy within us, we can embrace all of our beingness. In balance and harmony, there can be no harm. There is no need to be afraid of your pure potentiality. That is programming. Ask for it to be released. Ask for it to be transmuted. Ask for it to be changed now. Yes, thank you. I do not wish to have that programming. Delete it, quarantine it, dissolve it, transmute it. If you're saying no to that, what are you saying yes to? Ask your heart, what am I saying yes to? I'm saying yes to love. I'm saying yes to harmony. I'm saying yes to balance. I'm saying yes to peace. I'm saying yes to experience the beauty and the potential of my divinity here, embodied in this human expression. I'm saying yes to the expression of my divine gifts. I'm saying yes to be a vibrational tuning fork for love, for compassion. Breathe, soften, let it in. There's space for it, there's room for it. All the previous consent that's blocking it is gone now. The only thing that could block it is your own programming or your own unconscious choice. Make your choice conscious. Make an informed, conscious choice now, here and now, in this moment, to experience the divine, embodied human that you are. You're here in this human experience to be an expression of divinity. There's a specific role you are here to play. And by specific, I don't mean something in the way of like human, you're going to do this job or take this task. It's like, who are you here to be? What are you here to embody? And we can be a personification of peace, love, harmony, light, inspiration, joy, whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be all of those things. It may be one thing, but do that one thing. Be that one thing with every aspect of your being, every cell of your body, and all the space in between and all around you. Let it occupy all of you. Breathe, be, embody love, compassion, peace, whatever it is for you. This is a gift for you as well as for everyone around you. Let it be a gift for you first. Are you open to receive? If there's part of you that says, heck yes, yes, I am, heart, yes, I am, there may be another part of you that's like, I don't know. I'm afraid to receive, or maybe I don't feel worthy to receive. Meet that part of you that's not saying yes. Meet that part of you that's hesitating. Meet that part of you that has doubt. Meet that part of you that's not quite sure, has a question mark, or a little hesitation or resistance. Meet that part of you with love. Embrace that part of you. Honor that part of you. That part of you is traumatized or afraid or in doubt or fear for a reason. You don't need to know the reason. Just recognize that part of you needs to be met with love. Meet the fear in you with love so that love can expand, so that love can help transmute that energy of fear. Breathe and allow it to happen right now. You don't have to go journal about it. You don't have to go figure out what it is. You don't have to go digging like archaeologists. It can be this easy. It can be in many ways now as simple as a choice, an intention, and that creates the opening, and it is done. And then if there's any other part of you that you feel, meet that part of you. If there's another part of you that's holding density, meet that part of you. If there's another part of you holding fear, meet that part of you with love. That balanced energy within you, use it. You are more powerful than you realize. And when you use that power and you harness it for good, for supporting yourself and also uplifting others, you are unstoppable. If there's any doubt in the mind or any part of you that's questioning or wondering that I'm maybe not talking to you, I'm certainly talking to you. I'm absolutely talking to you. And that part of you that doubts it or fears it, meet it with love. It's okay. Take some more deep breaths. And then now let's take a moment to shine light on any shadows, any shadow aspects of ourself. The shadow side of us often we deny. It's again can be a balanced energy that we deny, a strength, a determination. It can be an out of balanced part of us that we deny, a fear, suffering, a trauma. Stir it into your heart. Meet it with love. Recognize that all aspects of you are worthy of love. Every aspect of you is worthy of love because you are love. Your essence is love. You come from love, pure, balanced, divine love, not human love. You come from pure, balanced, divine love. And even that word, divine love, falls short to really capture and describe the source from which you came. It's the purest energy. And it's challenging to imagine it with our human minds because our human minds are programmed based on duality and programmed based on comparison, programmed based on separation. And the experience and the perspective of separation is shifting. So our brains and our minds need to be programmed, and our brains are changing. Our physical brains are changing. There's new neural pathways forming and old neural pathways that are going to be dissolving. Don't keep holding on to the old. Don't keep reaching and gripping and holding on to the old. Let go. Let go of the old. Lean into the new, even if you don't know what the new is yet. This is where deep trust and blind faith comes in. Lean into the new. Lean into potential, possibility, the energy of wonderment, curiosity, fascination. I wonder what it would feel like to be free, to experience my sovereignty fully, wholly, and completely, to be a pure, balanced being. Expressing myself through my human expression, through my humanness, my human embodiment, animated by my divinity. I'm open to experience what that would feel like. And let that feeling come through. Don't try and force it, just allow. Remain curious, full of wonderment. Bring in the energy of awe and fascination, gratitude. I wonder what it would feel like to shine my light brighter than ever before, without apology, without fear, without hesitation, without resistance. I wonder what it would feel like to shine as bright as a star or brighter and not recoil or shrink in my beauty and my light. I wonder what that would feel like to just really let my light beam out in all directions. To own it, to say yes to it, to embrace it. With gratitude, with appreciation, with the energy of yes, yes, thank you. Take some more deep breaths. Let that feeling continue to expand. Let that knowing that divine knowing that's in your heart, let it fill you up. Let it move through every aspect of your beingness. Let it override all programming in the mind, in the subconscious mind. Let it fuel those new neural pathways. Let it light and illuminate the path moving forward. And as you meet any aspects of yourself that are resistant or afraid, embrace them. Welcome them into your heart. Fold them into the beautiful recipe of divine love that exists. Bring them into your source point and let them be purified, processed, honored, witnessed, and transmuted. You are a powerful being. And powerful in the way of you can be empowered and feel powerful in the world without the out of balance energy, that's power over others. We can all be in our full power. We can all be that full expression of our star, the light within us that's a star. Without dimming other stars, there's enough room for all of us here in this universe. There's enough room for all of us to shine bright here on this planet. And Mother Earth herself can shine bright. Right now, everything is going through a transition, a transmutation, a transformation, and a transfiguration. We are shifting from the out of balanced energies to balance and harmony. We're shifting from disharmony to harmony, from fear to love, from separation to unity consciousness. We are shifting from chaos to coherence. We are shifting from doubt and guilt to clarity and certainty, freedom. This is who you are, through and through. Let that part of you shine through every aspect of your beingness. Own it, embody it, say yes to it. Take some more deep breaths. Some of you may need to listen to this again. To be reminded or to have the experience. It's almost like exercising a muscle, exercising the muscle of awareness and recognition and claiming it until one day you wake up and you're like, I'm there, I've arrived, I've got it. I've acclimatized to it, I've incorporated it, I've embodied it. There's no more separation of the idea and the concept and the practice. There's no more separation. There's just an embodiment. There's a beautiful integration, a unification with it, a full embodiment of the yes energy. Yes, this is who I am. See if you can hold that connection and allow that connection to continue as you slowly open your eyes and bring your awareness back. Some of you may feel guided to stay a little bit longer, and that's okay. Once you open your eyes, you might find you might lose a little bit of it. That's okay. Just it's a practice, because in your humanness, when you open your human eyes, the brain starts to translate and filter and interpret what you're seeing. So the brain kicks in a little differently. But again, the more you do this, the more you will start to see through a different lens. And the interpretation of the world you see in front of you will be more through a divine lens or divine sight versus human sight, which can be limiting. You'll still see with your human eyes, but the interpretation goes through more of a divine understanding. That is awakening. That is enlightenment. But you can have moments of being enlightened. Many of you probably just did. And then you open up your eyes and you feel like you disconnect from it. It can just be a moment of coming back to alignment. Alignment is enlightenment. You can have moments of enlightenment all day long. It may not be sustainable all day long for some, but just recognize that Many of you have had moments of enlightenment, moments of real, true awakening. And we can have deeper, more felt experiences, or we can have subtle experiences. All are worthy of celebrating, all are beautiful, and they're reminders and connection points for our divinity. So you can celebrate those, honor those. So I'll invite you to share if some of you want to share a couple words or a sentence of how you feel now. Maybe you feel lighter, maybe you feel something or something happened during that process that you feel to share. Feel free. Rebecca, utter joy. Beautiful. Nice spark of joy. Anyone else? Some of you might be still in the process and yeah, deep stirring within, but beautiful, Terry. Fallon, purified. Love that. Becky, very intense, lots of energy moving. Great. Sheila, the direct declaration was such a woohoo. Yeah. Yeah, that came through really strong. And I could feel it when I first was writing it. And then when I actually said it out loud, it was very powerful for me too. So I'm glad you got that feeling. And you guys can listen to it again if you need to as well. Andrea, I let go of major pain in my shoulder, neck, cried, and released lots of sorrow and little girl pain. Beautiful. Wonderful. In the right place. Linda, lightness and floating. Lovely. Martha, your words melt away my fears. I feel so peaceful. Beautiful. Stacy, renewal. Marion, I see and feel the light and feel the moving of the old, but not recognize dense parts. Yes, the declaration was blowing a lot. Nice, nice. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, all of you sharing. And I will, yes, I'll read all your comments. Thank you for sharing. So let's shift to doing some intuitive readings. So I'll invite you to type in the chat if there's something specific. If you can keep it short and sweet, say, hey, can you tune into my hip, or I'm having a challenge with this area of my life. You could do that. My intention is always to do individual readings, but also connect to the group. So if I'm reading somebody specifically, just know that it will be for everyone. There will be something in it for you. So be open and see what comes in. Um, okay. Edith, what am I protecting? Interesting, because I know you, and this is not something I would a word I would use for you, but I have it as well, and it was a part that I was did denying for a long time in a way, or judging, but you're actually protecting it. So the words I got right away were inner bitch. And the inner bitch for all of us is something that we'll often deny. But I've learned to actually harness the inner bitch energy, and it becomes a very strong and stern, clear communication. So when I'm speaking to somebody and I need to speak in a very specific way, it may sound like I'm being a bitch, but I'm being very clear and concise with the words, and I'm saying it in the way that they need to hear it. So it's actually channeling that energy in a way that's serving, but it's very clear and clean at the same time as it sounds like it could be perceived as bitchy. So that's what I'm getting for you, Edith. I'll let you sit with that. But that is a part of our shadow. If we judge the inner bitch as a shadow that we need to deny or not allow, then we don't allow that energy to be transmuted in a way and used in a way that can serve. So that's what's coming in. I do feel like there's other people on the call that is like, yeah, I can feel that for me too. So, um, Fallon, any words or intentions for me to focus on? Peace is like real. I'm looking. I heard peace, and I was looking for anything else, and it's like peace, and like okay, I'll say it first, and it's like peace. It kept coming right in my face. So there's something else behind it, but I had to say peace out loud first. Perfection. Interesting. It's coming in behind that. So maybe making peace with perfection and or just perfection again can be a shadow part, an out of balanced dark energy that can be influencing us in a way. It's we kind of use it as a motivator or a striving to do the best we can or to do better, but it ends up being hijacked by the ego and it becomes out of balance. So perfection, if you can make peace with perfection, you can find a different word for it. So for me, I'm a recovering perfectionist. I've retired that label for myself, and I'm more, for me, it's more about just following the guidance, whether it's perfect or not perfect, or however it's put out. I'm just, if I'm guided to put something out, I put it out, whether it's perfect or not. So there's no more filter of perfection that I look through. I'm just following guidance, and I trust that if it goes out and it has a spelling mistake or it has something, that it's purposeful, and I'll find it and it'll be perfect the way it is. So that's what's coming in for you. And I do feel like there's some others on the call too that need that. Mm, Hannah, can you tune into the relationship area of my life? What am I moving through with my current partner? Your all relationships are up for evolution right now. They're either going to dissolve or evolve. And some relationships, as they dissolve, will have to kind of work through some of the challenges to move through that and allow that dissolution of that relationship. Or it could look like it's going to dissolve and then evolve at the end and become something different, like a friendship or something else. But in your particular case, I feel like you're in the state of evolution right now with your relationship, but there's resistance actually from both sides, not just from you, but from the other side as well. So both of you are in an evolution, but you're also trying to approach it from the old way of being in the relationship. My husband and I had to do this recently when I came back from Australia. At the end of my trip in Australia, I was gone for like 7 or 8 weeks, so it was challenging for him. And when I came, just as I was there for the last couple of weeks, we were messaging back and forth and talking differently and saying, okay, we need to do some things differently. I feel like stuff is changing, evolving. So when I came back, we really had to have some radical, honest conversations and start to look at things differently and um, catch up to where I was in my evolution personally and help my relationship evolve so that we could feel like we were kind of on the same page again, or that I was allowing him to come in on with a level of support for my work. So that's how it worked for me. But I feel like there's something in it for you in the way of how you're approaching it needs to change. Don't approach it from the old way. Be open to something new coming in, a new way of being together and evolving together. It has to be together. Not everybody is going to come along for the ride. So, in some cases, especially right now, because we're in such an accelerated time, if I was in a relationship and say my husband wasn't willing to evolve, I would have had to step away. And he was clear about that, but he was also clear that he would need to step away if something didn't change. So we both felt that we needed to make the change and we were both able to do that. But not everybody's going to be able to do that. So be aware of that. Mm. So Ina, my right hip pain, there feels like there's a physical component to it. I keep being drawn to your psoas muscle and the psoas muscle. On YouTube, I have a psoas muscle release. If you can't find it, you can email me. But if you search Sue Dumais psoas release, you should be able to find it. The psoas muscle on your right, they both are in spasm and hypertonic, but the right one more. And then in the back, the piriformis muscle is pushing the head of the femur forward too. So you've got a physical component of the hip pain. I'm also feeling the energy of father energy that's unresolved, something around needing to resolve something around your father. There's energy of guilt and there's some resentment, but it's more guilt, resentment underneath it. So I'll leave that with you to explore and see. Linda, both hips left is worse. In your case, physically, I'm actually drawn to your tailbone and sacrum. So it's more the tailbone and sacrum at the back that is a little bit tweaked. It's almost like your sacrum is twisted and tweaked sideways. So it's not up or down, it's actually twisted. And that would cause, I feel like it's twisted to the right and causing more pain on the left, but both are going to be uncomfortable with that. So on a physical level, like an osteopath or a practitioner that can help you bring the sacrum back in place and help release the muscles around it would be good. There's also an energy component or emotional component to it. It's feels like the energy of like not wanting to be here or not feeling like you belong on earth in this kind of experience. There's something around that. I'll let you sink into that and explore that. It's usually quite common in that area too. And there's a lot of that right now in the way of not feeling like we belong, or maybe from birth. I know I had that for the longest time. I was like, oh, do I have to be here? There's a lot of light workers and healers that are like, it's getting really to the nitty gritty and it'd be easy to exit, but we're meant to be here. We're meant to be here longer. And some of us come in and we don't quite feel like we belong and don't really fit in. And I've stopped trying to fit in. I just don't fit in, and that's okay. And there's a little bit of that there, but also a choice to really land here and be. And it's challenging right now because the timelines are overlapping. So there's the old way, old timeline, and the new timeline are overlapping and blurring together. So on some aspects, I could look out into the world and I can see old frequencies. The old timeline will kind of bleed through and I'll see it. And then I can look over in a different direction and see the new timeline, and it's crisp and it's a different frequency, different energy. So when you're experiencing both energies, old and new at the same time, it's a little disheartening and challenging and confusing even. But it's like, all right, enough of the old already. So I feel like a lot of us are like ready for the new, but it's not quite landed yet. There's not quite enough of us that are really aligned with the new timeline yet for it to really make the shift. So that's part of what you're feeling in the pelvis as well. It's not just physical. I feel like a lot of others are also feeling that too. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in now because there's a lot more, but I'm aware of the time. So I'll read everybody's comments and different things after, but let me take a moment just to tune in for a message for everyone. An intuitive reading for everyone. Just keep hearing the words, hold steady, hold the course, like hold the course. Stay on the path. You're on track. Even when it doesn't look like you're on track, you're on track. And anything you're feeling, any resistance, it can be a that experience of the blurred timelines, but also it can be that there's something you need to look at. So pause, be still, tune in, and just really be present with that feeling, the feeling of what you're experiencing versus the idea or the thought or the story of what you're experiencing. Go into the feeling. Where's the feeling? Where am I feeling that in my body, in my energy field? What is the feeling? And go into the emotionality of it. So you're approaching it more on the somatic level in through the body to explore the feeling of it. So that allows you to process the emotion of it. And similar to what we were doing today, stirring it into your heart, but witnessing it first and then asking, is there anything I need to know or understand about this? Or is it ready to be processed and transmuted? But there's again that feeling of on trackness. As much as some of you don't believe you're on track, you are. And as much as some of you are questioning why you're here and what you're meant to be doing, you're doing it. And you questioning it is actually stopping you from doing it. So stop questioning and just stand in the knowing and the certainty that whatever I'm doing in this moment is purposeful. And how can I be more of an embodiment of my divinity in this moment? How can I shift out of this question and doubt into certainty, knowing, and alignment? That's really what it is. So anything you can do to stay in alignment, that's the work. And you can feel fear and be in alignment. You can feel anger and be in alignment. You can process anger in 15 seconds and you can stay in alignment. I remember when my son was younger and I had to yell and he would stop and he would be shocked and he would pause out of what he was doing. And then I tell him what we need and then he shifts. But he needed the yelling. He needed to hear my anger, my stern voice. But I was neutral. I was like, clear. And then there were other times where I wasn't neutral. So let's be honest, I wasn't like the mom that was never angry and angry. I lost my temper here and there a lot. So it's part of the human experience. But if you can find that alignment and have those releases in a clear way, it's beautiful and it's powerful. And then there's no residual, there's no guilt. It's just off you go and you shake it off and it's done. So that's the invitation moving forward is just stay in alignment the best you can. And remember that everything that you're looking at may be trying to draw in or mesmerize you or hypnotize you into giving your consent. You've withdrawn that consent and you're standing in the no more. Stay in that energy of, yes, I'm a sovereign being and this is my sacred sovereign space. That's really important right now. If you're watching something and something feels off, intrusive, or like something is intruding or poking at your field, or it feels like off or uncomfortable, you're probably meant to turn it. You're probably not meant to watch that video. And keep in mind, there is out of balance light working through spiritual teachers and people that are talking the good talk, but the energy is off. And they can draw you in even more because you let your guard down. And we just, by default, trust the light. You need to be discerning. You don't need to be afraid. You don't need to be paranoid because that doesn't help. You just need to be discerning. Something feels off about this, and it could be off because there's out of balanced energy coming through, or it could be off because you're not meant to be watching it. It doesn't matter how pure and light it is. If you're not meant to be watching it, then it's a distraction and a waste of your time and energy. So be discerning. That's it. That's as clear as we can get. And even coming back to this replay, don't listen to the replay because you think you're going to miss something or you miss something. Listen to it because it feels guided. And if you don't feel guided, then trust that you're not meant to listen to it again. Okay. So trust your heart, trust your intuition. All right. So some of you, I mentioned on the Living Oneness Gathering, the detox that I've done. I'm starting to create a little mini course about it. So if you want information about the detox I did, the best detox I've ever done in my whole life, I've done a lot of detoxes. This is the greatest one. Let me know, just reach out, let me know, and I'll send you a link to the mini course. It's free mini course. You can go through and find out a little bit of information about detoxing, and then I share the detox I did. And there's a discount link where you can go and get a discount if you decide to go with that particular detox cleanse. All right. I love you all. I see you. I honor you. I'm so grateful for you and for this time together that we share and for the work and the way you are being in the world. Keep doing it. Be as bright as you can. Be as clear as you can. Be as aligned as you can. When you remember, celebrate. When you forget, forgive yourself. Get back into alignment and then celebrate. All right. Love you all. Until next time. Love and blessings.